I don't know. You might as well just be totally naked up there, right? I mean, is it about music or is it about being naked? You guys tell me. Let's get into it today. Good morning to all of you. I got multiple requests yesterday to asking me if I watch the Grammys. And full disclosure, I don't. I don't really have a lot of interest in the music industry because, well, we'll get into it. But anyway, I was asked, right? Did you hear or did you see about Bianca Censori, who is the wife of Kanye West, who I now have to call Ye. And I don't usually do these kind of commentaries, right? But I checked it out, and I was doing something else Sunday night, and I checked it out, and I thought, wow, the Grammys used to be a celebration of music, just like the Oscars used to be a celebration of acting, until Will Smith cracked Chris Rock upside the head. And now we had Jennifer Lawrence last year with her, her see-through dress antics. And then we had Bianca Censori, an Australian, good-looking woman, basically come up with Kanye West for a photo at the Grammys. I guess they do these things, right? You pose in front of the Grammy Awards and whatever. And she takes off her fur coat, and, well, although she has ostensibly has a dress on underneath, it's just a sheer little, I don't know, it's totally see-through, right? I mean, for all intents and purposes, she's naked on stage. She's looking nervously at I'm going to call him Kanye, right? And just looking for approval and everything. And I just thought to myself, wow, how have we become so wildly unmoored as a society that people can't look at that? And they even had a picture, they even had a shot of looked like a kid peeping behind the curtain at her. And I'm thinking to myself, man, it's lucky that she wasn't arrested, right, at this thing. And Kanye West becoming Ye, and I don't know, some other broad won an award. It came out, some crazy looking, we're celebrating. And I just thought to myself, it's so weird, right? It just seems like, I don't know. We've just lost our ability as a society to look at something and say, this is probably a little over the top or whatever, right? The Empress really does have, the Empress really does have no clothes. And then when you really think about it, it's another tremendous marker of an increasingly pagan society, right? And that's really the bottom line of what it is. It's a race to the bottom to become basically a pure animal. And there's various manifestations when a society moves towards total and complete pagan life. And one of them is an overstressed love of nature. That's number one. Nature's now elevated above all else, even fellow human beings and their livelihood. But another big marker is nudity of paganism. And we're seeing on display here that how untethered things have become. I mean, it was supposed to be about music awards, and it ended up being about Bianca Censori and her non-dress at the Grammy Awards, and whether Kanye has exerted some type of Svengali mind control on her or something like that. And it's sad. When I think back of the era of women's liberation, right, and I think about the 1970s, how women started to demand that we not be objectified, And then we be looked at as more than just potential mothers, or looked at for more than our bodies and being used and things like that. And there was a real push to be recognized as the totality of the person, right? This de-objectivization. And the funny thing is, now I look around society, and it's like, it's not even so much that men are objectifying women anymore, because, well, there are some that do it, right? But they kind of get a slap on the wrist or whatever, slap upside the head. But it's more and more women objectifying the very things that they used to rebel against in an intellectual way, till you get to the point where you can go to a major international event like the Grammys and just open your fur coat and just be basically wearing nothing underneath of it, right? And I mean, if that's not, tell me, right? Make it make sense to me that that's not the ultimate objectification of women going on right there. And it's just shocking to me. What ground that we think we lost is willingly being given up by many young women today in a race towards paganism there. And people like Kanye West, Bianca Censori have really lost their way in the world as to what's important and what really matters. It's this tremendous push of me, right? Which is another real aspect of a pagan society. It's all about me. I came away from, I didn't even know if I wanted to do this today. I try to put a humorous spin on things, as I always do, right? And I just thought to myself, well, we finally reached the point, you can see it through the music industry and everything else, that it's become worse than ever. It's become objectification of women, right? Rap music and booty and shake that booty and give me that thing and all that stuff. It's become worse than it ever has before. And yet a lot of women will stand idly by, even the so-called, even the feminists, and say, well, this is an expression of empowerment. I don't know. I didn't see anybody getting empowered the other night. But it just goes to show you how people can roll something to something that they think makes sense, when it was the very thing that they rebelled against 50 years ago. And to me, being older and knowing the course of history, it absolutely stuns me to see where things have come from and how unhinged somebody like Kanye West has become, and how desperate for attention. And to I think to myself, say what you will about China, right? Say what you will about the repression of freedoms in China, and being a communist state and things like that. But in a lot of ways, I can absolutely guarantee you would never have seen that at a award show in China, okay? Because they're more guarded and protective of their civilization. They're more respectful of their own people, that they wouldn't dare put that kind of spectacle out for, well, a young kid peeping behind the curtain to observe. Truly a sad day, I think, for not only for the entertainment industry, the music industry, which is in a state of disaster, along with Hollywood is in a state of disaster. Because, truth be told, it's become the fertile ground of the demonic now, and there's no other way to put it. You see people parading around like that, from Epstein's to Weinstein's to Grammy Awards to Hollywood movies that nobody even gives a damn about anymore, and CGI and AI. It's just a messy stew nowadays. And I think people look at that more because they enjoy looking at a train wreck than actually being interested in who does what or who sings what at the Grammys. Hey, thanks for letting me weigh on that. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about it, okay? And about the objectification and where we stand today compared to maybe the 1950s. If you don't think women were treated with more respect in the 1950s than today, and money does not equal respect, okay? Let me just put it that way, all right? Let me know in the comment section down below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Thumbs up are appreciated. And if there's something that you want me to weigh in on, let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, thanks so much for watching.